Sixth graders, today we are going to continue to develop an understanding of finding sums of integers. So hopefully after today's lesson, you will be able to start coming up with your own rules around when you know if you're using a positive or a negative sign between adding and adding integers. So yesterday we looked at using chips, and we looked at yellows being positives and reds being negatives, and we saw how to match them up and clear them out when they had 0 pairs, and then whatever was left over is the color or the type of integer that you had left. Well, today we're going to continue to answer this essential question of finding the sum of integers. But today, instead of using chips, we're going to use a number line. So I'm going to give you a number line and allow you to practice using those number lines. Okay, so the first problem we're going to look at says to find four plus a negative 4. And because we're using a number line, we're going to start by drawing a number line. So go ahead and draw out your number line, 0 in the middle. All right, so we have our number line here. And the first thing that we are going to do when we have a number line is to start with this first number. Okay, so this first number is positive. So I'm going to start from 0. That's my starting point for this one. And I need to go 4 spaces to the right. So I'm going 4 spaces to the right and stopping. Okay, so you're going 4 places to the right, but then you stop. Then we're going to look at the second number. Okay, the second number is a negative. So I'm going to go to where I stopped, and because it's a negative number, it means it's moving towards 0 or to the left on the number line. So I'm going to move to the left on the number line and stop after I reach 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so I reach the 0. So 4 plus a negative 4 is equal to 0. Okay, so it's equal to donut math. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, so we have 4 going to 4. So 4 jumps to the right, and then we had to turn around and do 4 jumps back because it said to add a negative 4. So we had to put negative 4 on the number line, or removing 4. If we looked at this with our chips, we started with a positive 4, and then we added negative 4. So I'm going to add negative 4 to my board, and because these are all 0 pairs, they all go away. See how that works? Okay, so the next one, it says to find, this one says to find negative 1 plus a negative 3. All right, so we're going to draw our handy dandy number line. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just go to 5 though. Okay, so negative 5, and that one is a positive 5 right there. Okay, so our first stop on this number line is to always start at 0. And the first number we need to graph to is a negative 1. So I'm going to start at 0, and I'm going to go 1 spot to the left because the negatives are on the left. So from 0 to -1 is 1 jump. Okay, my second number also is negative, so I'm adding another negative number on this. So I ended at -1, and so I'm going to add 3 more jumps to this number line. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to stop right there. And so when I end, I'm at -4. So this equals -4. Again, I have a negative number plus a negative number. I'm ending with -4. Up here, I had a positive, so I had to go to the right. And then I added on a negative, which brought me back to the left. All right, next number, or the next problem. I could show you this one also with the chips. So if I had -1, and then I added on 3 more negatives, I have a total of -4. All right. The next problem that we are going to be looking at today is letter C. And letter C says I have -2, and I'm going to add a +6. So I had -2, and I am adding on +6. So again, my number line. All right. So I'm going to start with my first number. It's a negative, which means that I'm going to the left because negative numbers are to the left. So I'm going to start at 0. And I need to go to the left 2 jumps. 1 jump, 2 jumps. And then I'm going to stop. So I'm stopping at -2. My second number is a +6. So when I stopped at 2, -2, I'm going to jump going the opposite direction 6 places. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and stop. If you have a hard time counting it, like kind of how I do, without hopping, you could just come and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then make your dot right up there and connect your arrow. So using that number line. So we started at -2, and when we hopped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 places, we ended at 4, a +4. So the answer is +4. Again, I'll show you with the integer chips. I start with -2, so I have -2, and then I add on 6 positives. This space needs to be bigger. Okay, there's my 6th negative chip. Again, 0 pairs go away, and that leaves 4 positive. So you have 2 different tools that you can use, to see how this works. Again, this today is with number lines, but I've also modeled it again for you in integer chips. Okay, your job right now is to do 2 triads. So let me get a different color here. All right, so your triads. Triad number 1 says -2 plus +5. And then the next one, triad number 2, says to find the sum of, what does it say? 3 plus -4. All right, so go ahead and hit pause right now so that you don't hear me solving these for you, and then we're going to come back and see how to solve them. So hit pause. All right, first step, build your number line. So I'm going to build this number line here. Got 0 in the middle, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -5 over here. And then I need to start with my red because it says -2. So I'm going to start right here with my red for -2. All right, start at 0 and go to the left 2 places, 1, 2, and stop. So I'm at -2. And then I need to turn around and go the opposite direction back towards 0 because it's a +5. So positives are on the right side, so that means I'm going to the right. So from -2, I'm going to turn around and I am going to go 5 places. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put my dot, my arrow, and stop. So I've got 1, 2, those cancel each other out. 3, 4, 5, so that stops at 3. So my answer is 3. Again, you can see this with the integer chips. I have -2. I'm going to add on a +5. And take away my 0 pairs. I end with +3. Okay, last one for your try-its. We're going to make our number line. Start at 0. -4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a really bad number line and totally not spaced out correctly. Please make sure that you space out your numbers correctly because this just looks horrible. All right, so we are going to start with 3, which is a positive, so that means I'm going to the right to start. So I'm going to start at 0, and I'm going to go to the right 3 jumps. 1, 2, and 3, and then I need to stop. Missing Linda, you're losing it here. Okay, and then I'm going to turn around, and now I need to go to the left, -4. So I'm going to jump to 3, and then 1 more. Boom. -4 jumps. So this is at -1. So I've ended at -1. Okay, again, I had $3. And then I turn around and I spent $4. So I owe someone $1. Boom, gone. 0 amount. All right, 6th graders, I would like for you to please look back at your learning from yesterday and your learning from today using number lines. So looking back at chips and number lines, what do you notice about how to solve the sum, how to solve for the sum of integers? How are you finding it? Are you seeing a pattern? Is there a pattern that happens when you have 2 numbers here? What is it that you're seeing? What is happening? So go ahead and fill out your essential question. See if you can notice anything happening there, and then give me a rating out of 3. 1, I am totally lost on how to add integers, Miss Elander. I was fine when it was just 2 positive numbers, and now you're throwing negatives at me. I have no clue what I'm doing, but I'm going to learn anyways. 2, I need some practice with this. I'm going to pick a strategy to use, and I'm going to continue to practice that one strategy until I feel confident in adding integers. Or 3, I feel great about this. I see your patterns. I've determined the rule myself, Miss Englander, and I am ready to do some big ones. Throw them at me. All right, 6th graders, it is now time for you to head on over to Big Ideas and do your practice work. or go to the Google Meet and ask me for help. As always, I appreciate so much your hard work and enthusiasm that you put into your work. Thank you for all of everything you've done this year so far. And make it a great day the Cougar way.